the idea of purchasing, quote unquote, a bride, for example, might be seen as outdated. Do you think that still has place in modern society with the bride price and purchasing a wife?
Like in the Western culture, when you reach the age of 18 and 22, you live independently. In our culture, we don't do that. We still live with our parents. We contribute, we assist, we help each other to survive. You have savings in the bank. We have savings in the lives of other people. We support the other people. When we don't have things and when we are in need, these other people will come to our aid. So that's the goodness that we have in there. So bride price is part of that. I don't need to have all the stone eggs. My friends will give it to me, and I will pay my bride price. When they have bride price, I will go and give them a stone. So it's part of their savings in my life. I have to repay. Do you understand that?
Oh, that's crazy. He said that. I love what he said. He said, if I need something, my brother's going to bring it to me. If they need something, I'm going to take it to them. But in America, in the Western way of living, but you got to get everything on your own. And that's one of the biggest reasons why we so messed up now. Everything in this world, in the Western world, is ran demonically. Everything, schools, religion, the TV networks, the radio, the music, the publications, everything is ran by a demonic group. Who you think owned the copyrights to the Bible? You ever ask yourself that? No. King James, he also wrote a book called Demonology about spells, witchcraft, demons. Same guy that gave you the Bible. He also beheaded his mama, right? He also was into some, to that too. But everything around us is fucked up. Food is fucked up. Why? Because they weaponized it. They can keep us sick. So therefore, you might not reach that 401k. Okay? You might not reach it. And this is all in the Western world. And that society where this guy was just speaking about, that's love. We pick at people like that. But them people more godly than we'll ever be. Simply because our reality and environment is ran by demonic people. The very opposite of where you think you're going or trying to go, which is godly. But nobody want to hear that shit. Relationships are fucked up on purpose. Why? Because they know if they break the family up, there's no way you can survive as a culture. I told y'all about the man in the house law. Go look it up. This was a law that if a woman had a representation of a male, whether it's biological or non-biological, so it didn't have to be the real father, as long as he was there, she was not qualified to get those housing programs and all those different things that they needed. This is what broke families up from the beginning. Then you got child support. And a lot of y'all gonna say, well, you should take care of your child. Man, if I put you under the same scrutiny as a culture, I made sure as a black, I made sure that I put songs out that made your women turn against you, Willie Lynch. If I made the influencers on TV represents black men like they ain't shit, divorce court and everywhere. I'm just even on Jerry Springer, you're not the father, Warrior, you're not the father, and they jumping up, clapping, doing jumping jacks, showing the world that type of behavior. And y'all ain't even thinking about that. If I did all these things and then I say, hi, I got a thing called child support. If you don't do this, do that, we're gonna take your license, gonna make it even harder for you to get it back on beat. We're gonna draw a wedge between you and the mother, because we're gonna put songs out that say she's independent. And we're gonna put songs out to make you say, fuck these hoes. We're gonna show you on TV what that looks like, because everything on TV shows black women that's educated, good job, big house, a dog, and always having a dinner date every weekend with her motherfucking wine. No man. I did a video and I showed y'all how Florence Evans on the Jeffersons said, and even the writer, the real writer, not on Norman Lear, his ass ain't wrote nothing. He just was a Jewish guy that took credit. But the black guy that wrote the Jeffersons and the Sanfords and the Son, the man said every time he came to work, he had they had meetings and they was telling him that he can't have no black father on the show. All these things played a role in why we are fucked up. And I don't know, I know why these people target us, but do you ever think to yourself, why do these people target us so much? Why they don't like us so much? But these are things you don't know about as a young black woman, and mostly sometimes as a young black man. You in another man's society, man. You's a participant. You don't own shit. How we gonna let another man tell us how to take care of our children? He can do it because he controls our education. He controls what we hear on the radio. He controls everything about us. I just told you, if you don't own nothing, you don't control nothing. You can't be a man in another man's society. Cause get what? You can't tell his motherfucking his ass how to raise his children. We don't have no laws against them. Every time somebody say something against Jewish people or just people of higher, they got to go write a letter or anti this and that, woo woo woo. They got to apologize like a bitch to them people. But them people can put black people out there like, I'm gonna sign your son and I'm gonna make them talk about killing each other, and we don't make them motherfuckers say they sorry. I keep telling you, man, you ain't no man. You living in another man's society, and as much as I hate to say that shit, but think about it. You don't own shit. What do you own? Them people put us out like we ain't nothing, and we have no committee, no figurehead, or no community to say you can't do us like that. You can't put black people out there like that. You can't represent us that way, cause bitch, we can't represent y'all that way. Cause first of all, we don't own nothing. We don't own no networks to write real movies to show what's going on in the world. You know how many movies got turned down because of the message? Why do you think they keep putting out slavery shit? Every year there's a slave movie, because they got to keep it on your head. When you ever seen a movie where it's white slaves and black slave owners? You'll never see that shit. They're gonna paint us as godly people. Prayer room. All we're gonna do is go and pray. That's all we're gonna do. And they're gonna continue to take over and do shit. But what I'm telling you is this, bro. If they wanted to make the world a better place, they can. They just don't want to do that. I told you, everything that's happening is by design, bro. But I really want y'all to focus on what I said. Us, as black men, we don't control nothing. We live by what they say. They tell us what to do. And you might not like it, but it's the fucking truth. How many of us can get together and say, you can't put us on TV like that. You can't represent our black women like that. Because we can't do it to them. We can't tell them, oh, we got a child support system for y'all ass too. If y'all don't do this, y'all don't do that, this is what's going to happen. We can't. We don't have no jails to put them in. When you think about it, boy, we are living participants. We are participants in another man's world, bro. We don't own nothing. I told y'all it's got to be a war. Because they're not going to just jump up and give us this shit. It's got to be a war, and that's why wars was fought. You know what I'm saying? We need our own everything. We need to get the fuck from here and get our own. Why you think they ain't got no cruises that go to Africa? If you could find a cruise that'll go from the United States to Ghana, show me that motherfucker. You might find one, and there's gonna be some stipulation. I'm talking about openly cruises that go from the United States to Ghana. Where they at? Exactly. Motherfucker, we been over here. Talking about we came on a fucking boat. We been here. When they said the Indians, them weren't Indians, them was niggas. A lot of these Indian tribes, bro, these was black people and they whitewashed us, bro. And a lot of these Europeans married Indians just to take their land. All this shit is documented, dog. All of it. Matter of fact, go look up the hut tax. Them motherfuckers tax African people that lived in huts. It was called the hut tax. How can this man come tell me I gotta pay taxes off what God put here for us? It's called the hut tax. I'm gonna do a video on it. It's gonna blow your mind. But the only thing I want y'all to take from this video is this. We had two different cultures. Like he said, y'all culture, when you get a certain age, y'all want to do everything on your own. They teach us that because like I told y'all, when you do everything on your own, you'll easily be conquered. You're vulnerable because they don't want you to work in groups. Okay? And like I told y'all, the biggest curriculum is on the mark. It said go, because that taught us to be number one, not to work together as an individual. It's crazy, bro. But anyway, that's what I want y'all to take. If they wanted us to live in a better environment, they will. They'll teach us to not steal from each other, not take from each other. Why the fuck you think it ain't no fruit trees in people's yards no more? We used to walk in the yards and feed ourselves. Get oranges, grapefruits, all types. They ain't got that no more. Why? Because they want us to go to the store to get them GMOs. Don't nobody say nothing about that shit. Man, I know it's getting dark, man, but look. Y'all check that video out. I mean, so y'all check that out when I'm telling y'all. You know what I'm saying? And just start thinking, bro. Start fucking thinking. You got one life to live, my nigga. I'm gonna say this, I'm gonna go. The reality that has been downloaded here is a false representation of what life is. They gave us this reality. And if you think about it, this is some extraterrestrial shit. This is on a whole nother level, bro. We don't supposed to be doing what they taught us to do, bro. At all. None of this shit makes sense, bro. None of it. And they knew that. They knew. And just think just how much it's going to take for us to change this shit around. This is what we up against. Meaning all people need to work together. All people need to come together. We need to unlearn, relearn. We need our own schools. We need the real religion. We need real foods. Real love. Cause I'm telling you, bro, this ain't it, dog. This is not fucking it. God ain't put us here for this shit. This ain't it. I know it's dark, man. I'm gonna let y'all go. And like I tell y'all, man, I love y'all. Like, comment, subscribe. Put all your comments on the bottom. Can't wait to see these comments. And like I said, if you made it this far in the video, thank you so much. You don't know how much that means to me. Okay? Make sure y'all hit that share button, because sharing is caring and it's free. And like I tell you all the time, man, in order for you to be found, you must first be lost. I love y'all. I'll get with y'all on the next one. Peace.